Saizo is one of the first characters you meet in Soul Hackers 2. In this video, I'm going to go through an early game build for Saizo so he can play a prominent role in your team and help you get through a lot of those early game enemies. What's up, YouTube? Zero here, and today I have an epic early game build for Saizo in Soul Hackers 2. In this video, I'll go through the upgrades for Saizo at level 25. That's the level I'm doing this for. Then I'll get into the demon to equip on him and the moves that demon should have equipped. Now, do remember, there are a ton of different demons in Soul Hackers 2, and there are plenty builds for each of the characters. How you build a character may depend upon how you build the rest of your team. For Saizo, I'm using him as my support character, so this is going to be a support Saizo build. It's absolutely great, and I recommend if you're using Saizo as a support character that you check out this build. Now, before I get into it, I do want to say if you do enjoy this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more Soul Hackers 2 content. I do a bunch of other RPGs, Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, and Pokemon's coming up, so feel free to check those out as well. Without further ado, let's get into this early game Saizo build. First, I want to talk about the setup for Saizo, and then I'll talk more about his demon, Mishaguji, right after Saizo's setup. Now, this is a support build, so first the accessory is going to be the Lahan Helm. What this does is going to increase Saizo's defense to 28. It's going to give him plus 7 strength and plus 8 vitality at a cost of 5 agility. His strength is going to allow him, when he does do moves, to deal increased damage with those moves, and his vitality increase is going to keep him alive longer. Now, I mentioned his demon was Mishaguji, and he's going to have the support Arcana 1. Of course, you want the support Arcana because he's going to be on a support build. Now, for his comp, it's going to be the Tommy gun. He's going to have an increase to support skills and force. Force just because he's good with force, so whenever you equip a demon with force, that's going to be good. But at this point in the game at level 25, Mishaguji isn't going to give him any, so that's not as much of a concern right now. Just focus on the support. So for the comp's upgrade history, I have a couple of plus attacks, plus a 3 attack, plus 4 attack, plus 4 attack. He's going to be utilizing Gunfire a lot, so increasing the comp is nice. You get the Gunfire Arcana as well, so increase that, decreases the MP cost of Gunfire skills. And then, of course, I have, like I mentioned, the Support Affinity and the Force Affinity. So now let's talk about more of Saizo's skills. So, the Summoner skills. We get the Weakness stack and Force stack. So we are able to get one demon to join the stack when striking those weaknesses. Strength hack increases strength by 2. This is important because when he's dealing those physical moves, he's dealing more damage. Thrifty habits, when you use an item in battle, there's a low chance it will not be consumed. This can be important when with Saizo as your support. He could be using a lot of items, so thrifty habits is nice. And then Decadent Feast. Effects of HP recovery items used in battle are 1.5 times more potent. So now let's talk about his demon, Mishaguji, and why it's a great demon to pair with Saizo. Mishaguji is a fantastic demon to pair with Saizo. First, his strength is great, and he has very balanced stats. His strength's great, his intelligence is good, his defense is also good. So the strength is going to help with his damage dealing attacks. Heat Wave, which is a weak physical damage to all enemies. And you also have Hypnosis Needle, which is a weak gunfire damage to one enemy. Also has a high chance of inflicting sleep. Then I equip Resist Mind on Mishaguji. So this lowers the chance of being afflicted with sleep, seal, daze, and target. Especially because Saizo is going to be our support. We want him alive as much as possible so he can utilize items for the team or apply buffs and debuffs. The two that I have are Taru Kaja, which is increases all allies attack for 3 turns, and Rakunda, which is decreases all enemies defense for 3 turns. These are great to keep your offensive players on the team as powerful as possible while hitting the enemy's weaknesses. Also, Mishaguji has great affinities. As you can see, he reflects those physical attacks, resists gunfire, and also resists electric while only being weak to freeze. So Mishaguji is great for a support build for Saizo. So now let's get into some more gameplay and talk about why this build is great for Saizo and the fusions for Mishaguji. Saizo fits the role of support character perfectly. We've gone over the build and the demon to utilize so Saizo can provide support to your allies. But let's talk about why he's such a great support character. First, he can get a strength hack, which at first may just be normal on first glance, but increasing strength by 2 is going to allow him to utilize some of those physical and gunfire moves a little bit better. And we're going to be focusing on those after we utilize a lot of our support moves for our team. Saizo's not going to be utilizing a lot of offensive moves, but when we do, we're going to need strength to do it. Then giving him Thrifty Habits and Decadent Feast is going to be fantastic. This is again because he's a support character. As the rest of your team is dealing out damage, you're going to want Saizo to provide the support to them. So Thrifty Habits, potentially not consuming an item, can be crucial to survival in battle depending upon what items you need to use. You only have a limited amount of items that you can carry. So not consuming those items is going to be great for your team, especially in those harder battles. Now your Decadent Feast, your HP recovery items are going to recover more health. Again, this is going to be crucial in those tougher battles. Saizo is going to be the one providing that healing through items. He's your healer. He's your item user. He's your support character. So utilizing those items, potentially not consuming them, and then having those HP recovery items be more potent is going to be absolutely fantastic as part of our Saizo build. Now, when we do have to utilize our comp, we're increasing its attack multiple times. The attack +3, the attack +4, and the other attack +4. Saizo is going to be consuming a lot of MP from those support moves, so just increasing his base comp is going to be really nice, so when we do need to provide that support gunfire, we're going to be able to do it. On top of that, we're going to increase our gunfire a little bit. Of course, it decreases the MP cost of gunfire skills by having the gunfire arcana equipped, and that's going to be nice with our Hypnosis Needle. Hypnosis Needle is not just a nice offensive move, but it can also be a great support move. Having the ability to put our enemies to sleep is going to provide a lot of support for our team, because when the enemy is asleep, the enemy can't hit our team. So that's going to be actually a great support move. And now I've kind of had that segue into our demon, Mishaguji. Mishaguji is a fantastic support demon to have on Saizo. We already went over 2 of our support moves in Tarukaja and Rakunda. Both of those are absolutely fantastic moves to provide for support to a team. One's going to increase the attack for our allies, the other's going to decrease the defense for our enemies. This is going to allow the rest of our team to just constantly bombard the enemies with greater damage dealing moves. On top of that, if the enemy has been put to sleep by Hypnosis Needle, well, we're going to be running train on our team. Of course, Resist Mind is going to be nice. It's going to lower the chance of sleep, seal, daze, and target, so Saizo can continuously provide that support needed. I mentioned earlier that he's going to be providing not just the support via moves, but also the support via items. So keeping him alive and not inflicted with status effects are going to be extremely important to Saizo. Mishaguji is also a great support demon because of his affinities. He reflects physical, he resists gunfire, and he also resists electric, only being weak to frost damage. This is absolutely fantastic defensively, so Saizo can stay on the battlefield a lot longer, providing the support to the team that the team needs. Heatwave is going to fit in nicely with Saizo because it's a physical attack. Mishaguji and Saizo in this build are both focusing on strength, so that's going to be great to couple with Saizo. And Heatwave can hit a decent amount of enemies. I'm not going to talk as much about how many enemies that Heatwave and Hypnosis Needle can hit their weaknesses for, because that's not what Saizo is being utilized for. Yes, they can hit a decent amount of enemies, not as much as, say, a Frost combination with another type move, but Saizo isn't being used for that. This is a great support build for Saizo, and coupling him with Mishaguji is going to provide the support the team needs to completely dominate early game. But let me know in the comments section what your build of Saizo is. Is it similar, or is yours completely different? Are you utilizing Saizo as a offensive powerhouse or a support build like me? Let me know in the comments section. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Until next time, peace.